Hi guys, welcome back. So if you're starting year 12 in September 2025, this video is for you and you need to stop scrolling and watch because this video might change your life or at the very least your university application. I've put together literally every UK access program that I could possibly find for students like you because I was once in your shoes. They are ones that are free, fully funded, and they're actually worth your time. So let's get into it properly. The first thing I want to talk about what access programs are and why you should care. Access programs are basically programs that are run by universities or charities to help students from underrepresented backgrounds. Think state-funded, low-income household, care experienced students, refugees, young carers, and they mostly offer things like mentoring, reduced entry offers, research placements, free summer schools. I was in one of the summer schools, tailored university advice. They offer so many things. So I have actually split this into 3 sections to make it sort of easier for you. And I have them all written down here because I prepared so many different presentations from when I was a student lead in my 6th form for access programs. Section 1 are the big players, the university-led programs, and the first one I want to talk about now is the Manchester Access Program, and they are for Greater Manchester students only. They give you reduced offers up to 3 grades lower. They include academic assignments plus university mentoring, and they open around November 2025 for year 12 students, so make sure that you have a look out for that. Obviously, if you're in Manchester, the MAP is a no-brainer. It's one of the most respected schemes. So if you're still deliberating whether to apply or not, I'd say imagine your uni offer being dropped from A star A star A to AAB. That's, like, in my opinion, an absolute game changer. Also, can we, for the girlies, can we take a minute for this lip combo? Absolute banger. Okay, moving on to the next. Sheffield. For Sheffield, if you're based in Sheffield, obviously you have access to Sheffield, and these ones are very subject specific. So they have law, medicine, engineering, humanities, come to think of it. So what you get a mentor, you get university support, and you even get Uplearn accounts. Uplearn is a revision website if you don't know about it, and it is year round from year 12 to year 13, but you have to apply in year 12. What I would say about Sheffield Access Program is that they're not just like throwing advice at you. They give you really important resources that help you, obviously, like the Uplearn accounts, and those ones, they ain't cheap, right? Like they're expensive, so it's something you should have a look at if you're based in Sheffield because they literally help you study better. The next one we're going to be talking about is Oxford, and we have the bilateral access programs. Now I had a look at this one, and there's 3 tracks. So there's the Floride, which is for humanities, there's the Fibonacci, which is for maths, and there's Frontier, which is for the sciences. So you get online seminars plus a 2-night Oxford residential, and your travel is funded if you're from a low income area. So you need to apply in the spring/summer of 2026, so make sure that you're looking out for it. I've given you the heads up now. These are gold mines for students who are from state schools and are eyeing Oxford, because then you're not just visiting or looking at a picture online, you're learning in the same room as the undergraduates. Yeah. The next one we're going to talk about is the UCL Access and UCL Choices. These ones are week-long tasters in engineering, health, innovation, other sections as well, and you get short sessions to explore your subjects early in year 12, and the choices run around February 2026 typically. So even if you're not 100% on UCL, I would still advise you to have a look at it because these tasters will allow you to get clarity. You have to make a lot of decisions in year 12, and it's only good that you have a little bit of clarity, and it will also make your application sound, or even help you yourself, your application would be 10 times more informed. So make sure you have a look at that one as well. The next one we'll be talking about is King's College in Cambridge. They have this thing called the Application Support Program, and it is 10 weeks of real tutoring, A-level support, which is so cool in my opinion. So they are especially for students in the Northeast, think Sunderland, Newcastle, Manchester, Northeast generally, and applications open around November 2025, so make sure you go to their websites and have a look at it. If you're in the Northeast and you're aiming for Cambridge, oh my god, Cambridge is my dream uni. Go for it, apply for it. It will allow you to maybe not go in to the application blindly, if you know what I mean. The next one we're going to be talking about is Warwick. I don't know how it's pronounced. So they have a thing called Pathways and Scholars, and it includes finance, law, and engineering routes. So they give you mentoring, insight days, and campus experiences, and they typically open around the autumn of 2025, which is around September. So make sure you search it up and have a look at it. So what I love about this particular program is that it gives you options. So you can start with one program and build into the full Warwick Scholars track. The next one we're going to be talking about is Newcastle. This is the one that I did, but they have 3 different ones. They have Partners, Realizing Opportunities, and the Sutton Trust, but that is for a different section. The Sutton Trust is for a different section entirely that I will talk about later in the video. So now we're just going to be talking about 2. Partners and Realizing Opportunities. So what you get reduced offers and you get a free summer school. Partners is local. RO, which is Realizing Opportunities, is national, with many other universities as partner, as like their partner or collaborator, if you know what I mean. So the openings depend on the uni, but late 2025 and early 2026 is very, very key. So what I would advise you to do is go on the website. On the website, they typically always at the time applications are closed, application will open at this time. I will put all the links below for you, but make sure you have a look at them as well. Realizing Opportunities lets you apply to many universities and still get reduced offers. So that's a really, really big plus. And it's basically like a pass that works everywhere. So like, if you go to the gym and you get the premium membership, you can use it anywhere in the country. That's what Realizing Opportunities is like. Our second section, National Access Programs. So this is for everyone in the UK. We have the Sutton Trust, I mentioned it earlier, and these ones, free summer school at top unis, direct pathway into the Russell Group universities. They pay for your travel, pay for your food, pay for everything. So when I did it, I used to have sessions in the evening with Newcastle University, and they used to pay for my public transport, metro. Come to think of it, they paid for everything. You get a form and then you put the picture of your ticket or your used ticket, and then they send you the money. You just get to experience so many things. You get a mentor, an academic mentor and a clinical mentor, which is so cool depending on what track you choose. So I know people who did the Sutton Trust programs and got into Cambridge, Edinburgh, UCL. It's just something for you to have a look at and see which university is closest to your area. Because when I first applied, I applied to both Newcastle and Old York, and I didn't get that of whole York simply because I was too far away from it. But I got that for Newcastle because I could travel after school to Newcastle to go for my sessions. The next one I want to talk about is the Social Mobility Foundation, SMF, and they offer you career mentoring, university prep, and internships. So they have sectors like medicine, law, engineering, business, media. And this one, I actually have a friend who, she did the SMF and they allowed her to shadow a surgeon before applying to medicine as in a real life TR. I also did that, but that was for like a work experience. The next one we're going to be talking about is the Nuffield research placements. So these are summer placements in STEM and social science research. You get a full research project and that looks amazing on your UCAS. So research placements are quite literally like supercurriculars, but on steroids. They're like bigger. And this one is especially good if you want to study anything sciencey. But what I want to say is there are eligibility criteria for everything. So when I was going to apply for this one, but because they ask you what is your combined annual income, and if your combined annual income is higher than a specific number, or if you live in a certain postcode, you're not necessarily going to get it, or you're not necessarily going to be eligible, so to say. The next one I want to talk about is called Arts Emergency, and these are for creative arts and humanities students. Obviously, they offer you mentoring plus free cultural capital, so gallery, writing feedback, and connections. So if you're not into STEM or any traditional route, so to say, Arts Emergency gives you what you need to thrive in the arts without needing to spend money. The next section that I'm going to talk about are foundation years and access courses if you are unsure. So the first one I'm going to be talking about does not really apply to year 12 students, but you can still have a look at it. This is from the University of Liverpool and it is called Go Aya, and it is 1 day a week part-time. It is for adults or for those who don't have standard A levels. The next one is the Year 0 foundation programs. and they are through local colleges, especially for health, veterinary, and engineering. The next one that I'm going to be talking about is the University of Glasgow, and they have this thing called Access to Higher Education, obviously, and it is great for Scottish students or mature learners. So these ones are more flexible. They are great if you've missed school, or if you're coming back after a break, say something happened and you had to take a break, and they are very, very serious pathways, to be honest. That is all 3 sections of the access programs done. The next things we're going to be talking about is timeline and when you should apply. I would say for Manchester, King's College, Cambridge, Warwick, SMF, between September to November of 2025. For Sutton Trust UCL choices, late, like December, January to March of 2026. But have a look now. Things change, right? For Balliol College, Nuffield, Access Summer Schools, I would say between April to June of 2026. Go on the websites, have a look to confirm. The rolling applications RO foundation year arts emergency, but have a look now to see whether they're currently open. My pro tip for you is to check your postcode eligibility using Unisites, because I mentioned that earlier. If you're from a specific postcode, you're not necessarily going to get certain apprenticeships, because they would believe that it is the rich areas or something like that. But the thing is, you might just be eligible by living in a certain area, or just being a first generation immigrant, first generation university student, that type of thing. My final tip for you is how to stand out and what is changing in UCAS, and I'm sure you would have heard this in a lot of places. From 2026 onwards, UCAS is scrapping the personal statement. That is, for this current year 12 students who are going to be applying, UCAS is scrapping the personal statements. Instead, you will have 3 structured questions. I actually had a look at it. 3 structured questions about why you chose the course, what you've done to prepare, and why you're ready. These access program experiences, they are perfect for the new UCAS format. It shows motivation, readiness, and self-awareness. So my advice for you is to don't hoard the opportunities. Choose maybe 3 to 4 really, really good ones and engage in them very deeply. Reflect, if possible, get a certificate of outstanding participant, and use them to tell a better story when applying. That is my advice for you. So that's a wrap. So if you're going into year 12 this year, don't wait for somebody to hand you a chance, right? These programs are the chance. Apply, show up, be consistent, because you never really know which door it will open for you. And obviously, if you want me to break down any more of this into more detail, how to apply, what to say, how to write the application answers, how to stand out, drop it in the comment section and I will make it happen. I will make a video explaining everything. And if you think this is helpful, if you think this has added value to your life, please like, subscribe, share this with somebody who might need to see it, whether your younger sister, older sister, whoever, your friend. I want to say that I'm actually rooting for you guys. That is why I do all of these things. And I also wanted to mention, it actually popped up in my head, there are other programs that are global, but that you can actually talk about in your personal statements. We have things like YYGS, we have Lumiere research programs, we have TKS, we have so many different ones. And if you would like me to talk about them, these ones, they require you to pay, but you can just apply for financial aid if you can't pay for them. So if you would like me to maybe talk about those ones, please let me know. If you would like me to talk about scholarship schemes for university applications, please let me know, because we have so many scholarship schemes. We have the Unity scholarships, we have the sanctuary scholarships for asylum and refugee seekers. We have so many different scholarship schemes that I'm aware about. I will try my very best to add all the links of everything that I've mentioned into the description box, and the links to the presentation that I made for year 12 students. So thank you very much for watching. I am rooting for you guys. I love you all, and I'll be talking to you again shortly. Can we get an applause for the hair as well?